That last video might look pretty complex. With all these lines over the top of our object, it does look a little weird, but this is how we make some cuts. So it's pretty easy at this point. You just want to select everything and break it apart. So right click and choose break apart, and everything will be flattened. It might be a little bit different right here. Seems as though I might even have a bug that's going on where it doesn't want me to be able to select things right now. All of a sudden it's working. So what I'm going to do is remove some of the lines that I know are not going to be used. I've got a couple lines here that are kind of in my way. Let's see, that line here. Some of these other lines, these green lines, are kind of in my way. But I know that I'm going to use this shape. Let's see, I'm going to fill this with a single color. I'm going to fill that with a single color. These will be filled with different colors. This sidebar will be filled with a different color. Right now I've got some extra lines here which are kind of in my way. Whoops. Making this many cuts can kind of be a problem. I usually do my cuts in steps. But so here we have, for the most part, we have what we need. There are a couple little lines here that could interfere with our cutting. So I'm going to select this side and that side and get those fills and make them a little bit lighter. Select this fill and that fill, make them a little bit darker. This one I want to make into kind of some sort of tea liquid, so maybe it'll be brown. See, here's the fill inside my edge here. Maybe this one, you'll see that it's not cutting all the way, so I need to zoom up. And I bet you that this endpoint is not quite long enough. I'm just going to move it across, and there we go. Now it's long enough. And now I can make the inside of that a little darker. Nice way of doing that is actually using a color that already exists. Click on the eyedropper, and then click on a color that you already have. And I'm going to do kind of the same thing with this down here. Actually, I'm going to maybe even make it darker than the color that's there right now. So now I can remove some of these extra lines that I have, and you can double click on the lines, and any of those lines that are connected that are the same color will also select. So there's a lot of lines to get rid of here. And we might even find a couple places where we've made mistakes. But you'll see we've added a tremendous amount of cell shading to this object. There's one place where we have a little mistake, so I might zoom in, select that little block right there, and then use the eyedropper to make sure that it's the same color. And you can see that overall we have some sort of cell shaded drawing. And this is what you're going to be doing with your objects, is giving them some sort of cell shading to make them look a little bit more realistic. Now, there are other ways to do this. I drew in a assignment before, I drew another cup using a similar method, and that was from a photo instead of a line art drawing. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to go on. So I need to save this image or this drawing that I've just completed as a library item. Now, one of the ways to do it is to right click and choose convert to symbol. You can also press F8, but another quick way of doing it is once you have it selected, just click and drag it over to the library, if you can see the library, and it will make it into a symbol as well. So this is going to be teacup. And now the nice thing about this teacup is that I can, whoops, I didn't mean to double click it. I can use the Q key and scale it down to whatever I need to put it in my scene with the rest of my objects. And then let's go back to our teacup, the photo, and we can remove that from the stage because we really don't need it anymore. It will still be in the library, so I'll be able to see it. And if you want to double click on that and name it, that'd be appropriate. But go ahead and save your files, and make sure that when you design the rest of your objects for your scene that they are working with different colors or different shapes, and that you're trying to experiment with how to draw different types of things in Flash. And that's it. Save your work when you're done, and you can also test the movie with Control